It's the complete Squaresoft RPG list. Here we go. 1987 December, Final Fantasy for the Nintendo Entertainment System. The game that started it all. $1991 July, Final Fantasy IV for the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. This is when they start really bringing story to Final Fantasy. 1992 October, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, the game that was meant to be a gateway to other Final Fantasies. $1993 August, Secret of Mana, an excellent classic action RPG. $1994 April, Final Fantasy VI. The first Final Fantasy to be called the best game ever. $1995 March, Chrono Trigger, the other best RPG ever created. $1995 October, Secret of Evermore, the Squaresoft RPG that was made exclusively for English-speaking audiences. $1996 March, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars, yet another gateway RPG, starring Mario. $1997 January, Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation, the RPG that took over the world. 1997 June, Final Fantasy Tactics, the tactical RPG that every tactical RPG ever made since has been compared to. 1997 July, Saga Frontier, a very non-linear RPG. I haven't played it, that's all I know. That's all I can say about it. It's non-linear. Sorry. I'm off script, okay, guys? 1998 February, Xenogears, the greatest story in RPG history. $1998 March, Final Fantasy V gets a re-release for the PlayStation. Oh, it's the one with the crystals and the job system. Sorry, I forgot to give you a comment. 1998 July, Brave Fencer Musashi, a very underrated 3D Zelda clone with a little bit of RPG mechanics. It's great. I love it. $1998 December, Chocobo's Dungeon 2. I think it's a roguelike game. I haven't played it. I'm sorry. We're still on the PlayStation. 1999 February, Final Fantasy VIII for the PlayStation. The Final Fantasy that made people start to hate Final Fantasy. It has the draw system and the card game. 1999 April, Saga Frontier 2, the sequel to the non-linear RPG I mentioned earlier. I haven't played this one either. That's all I got. 1999 July, Legend of Mana, yet another non-linear game. Very different from Secret of Mana. $1999 September, Front Mission 3, a mecha strategy RPG. $1999 September, Final Fantasy Anthology. That's Final Fantasy V and VI for the PlayStation. 1999 October, Threads of Fate. Yet another very experimental action RPG. $1999 November, Chrono Cross for the PlayStation. A good game, but not considered a very good sequel to Chrono Trigger. I liked it though. 1999 December, Parasite Eve 2. I haven't played it, but it's kind of survival horror-ish, and supposedly this one is actually an RPG as opposed to the first one. The year 2000, February, Vagrant Story. An RPG made by Yasumi Matsuno, the same creator of Final Fantasy Tactics. Year 2000, July, Final Fantasy IX, the throwback Final Fantasy game for the PlayStation. (2001) June, Final Fantasy Chronicles. That's Final Fantasy IV and Chrono Trigger re-released on the PlayStation. (2001) July, Final Fantasy X for the PlayStation 2. The first Final Fantasy with voice acting. Is his name Tidus or Titus? It should totally have been Titus, but it's Tidus. 2002 March, Kingdom Hearts for the PlayStation 2. The Final Fantasy Cross Disney action RPG, created by Tetsuya Nomura. 2002 May, Final Fantasy XI for the PlayStation 2, the online, massively multiplayer RPG that they freaking put in the numbered freaking system. Why couldn't they just call it Final Fantasy Online? 2002 October, Final Fantasy Origins for the PlayStation. Go back to the PlayStation. Final Fantasy 1 and 2 re-released on the PlayStation. 2002 December, Unlimited Saga for the PlayStation 2. I guess it's another non-linear RPG like the first two Saga Frontier games. I don't know anything about it, I'm sorry. Haven't played it. And finally, 2003 March, Final Fantasy X-2 for the PlayStation 2, the first direct sequel to a Final Fantasy game. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the Squaresoft RPG list. That is the complete list. In case you couldn't tell, I'm totally off script for this, which is why it sucks. But I had a good time making it, and I didn't want to sound fake, so that's why I did this. And this was going to be a really long video if I didn't do it this way. But anyway, the point of this video is just that if you go search on Google.com, not even YouTube, but all of Google, Squaresoft RPG list, it doesn't exist. They have like every game made by them, or I think they might even have every RPG if you include like all the handhelds and stuff. And I didn't want that. I wanted the RPGs that were released in the West and on home consoles. So now it exists. You're welcome. So how does Squaresoft contend for the title of best RPG developer in the world? Do they take the title from TNE Soft, who made exactly 4 RPGs that are all horrible? Thank you very much. I'll see you guys in the next video.